Under the Equality Act, disagreement is discrimination. It includes gay marriage, men competing in women's sports, and doctors performing procedures like gender reassignments that go against their conscience. It's a bill the president wants to sign into law during his first 100 days. The Equality Act provides long overdue federal civil rights protections for LGBTQ+ Americans, preventing discrimination in our housing, education, public services, and lending systems, the president tweeted. But the bill does much more.
We can see that it would immediately be stripping religious Americans and stripping girls and women of our equal rights.
By redefining sex discrimination, the measure would provide for abortion on demand, likely end a long-standing prohibition on taxpayer-funded abortions, and remove conscience protections for doctors and nurses. Biological men would be allowed to compete in women's sports, effectively obliterating Title IX, while girls and women would be forced to share locker rooms and bathrooms in schools and public places. Harley says we don't have to guess about the results. Just look at cities and states that have already passed similar laws.
In Alaska, the city of Anchorage had a law like this and punished a faith-based homeless shelter for battered women and actually forced them to allow biological men who identified as women to sleep and change clothes alongside these women, most of whom were victims of rape and sex trafficking.
She says the Equality Act allows for subjectivity, an issue Senator James Lankford raised last summer on the Senate floor.
If I go to interview in a job and I'm not hired, I can sue that employer because I perceive they were thinking I was gay and so they didn't hire me. I don't have to prove anything. It's based simply on my perception or belief.
Under the bill, Christian beliefs are unlawful. Churches could be prevented from requiring employees to abide by their biblical beliefs about marriage and differences between men and women. Alliance Defending Freedom is litigating a case in Virginia, a state that recently passed a law like the Equality Act.
Churches are banned from having a dress code, having a code of conduct for their employees, even asking in interviews if potential employees share core religious beliefs.
Harley and others opposed to the legislation say tolerance must be a two-way street.
I think the Equality Act treats people of faith as second-class citizens. It specifies a certain point of view and it labels it as bigotry.
Speaker Pelosi wants a vote in the House this week where it's expected to pass overwhelmingly. It will need 60 votes in the evenly divided Senate. At least one Democrat opposes it, and it's unclear how many Republicans might support it. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.